Hi, friends. Somebody said, remembering that you are going to die is the best way I know of avoiding the trap of thinking you have something to lose. Remember you are naked. That is a quote from Steve Jobs, one of my favorite people. I could call him a mentor, but he never knew me. He died in 2011, and 70 days after his death, Rise Up was born on the 16th of December 2011. And we live with eternity in view. If we are wise, we should remember that we are passing away. We are just a passing cloud. That's one thing that holds me going, that makes me rise up every morning and want to go out and do something, because I know I'm a passing cloud. Do you know that? Sometimes we forget, and we fight over things that are not very important. We look for peace, for happiness, the pursuit for happiness. It's a good thing, it's a good philosophy. But at the end of the day, what happens? A very rich man, perhaps the richest man who ever lived on this earth. He was a king, the son of a king, and he gathered everything. But later on, with all the wisdom of the servants and the wealth and the silver and the gold and everything that surrounded him, he looks back and he says, all is vanity and vexation of the spirit. And so really, what is the meaning in all these things? You know, I was born in Africa and I've lived and I've seen a lot of things. I have witnessed suffering and pain. I've seen desperation that was almost, a bit too much to comprehend. And I've also beheld wealth. And being surrounded by all these things daily, seeing the pain in people and the desperation, sometimes the ignorance that is so chilling, rings a bell in my mind about Africa as it opens me up to the realities, to the rhapsodies of life on this continent. As I wake up every morning, my prayer has always been that, God, I'm up. Thank you. Thank you. And as I go out, just be God. Be true and let me follow you. Just go right before me and let me follow you. And I'm happy to report that he has been faithful. And I followed him, and he never led me astray. We have encountered a lot of things. I'm turning 40 in a month's time. And I'm so lucky to have hit this age. I never knew I would be 40. I always knew that I was going to die the next minute or maybe next week. But in his goodness, I'm here today. Living and knowing that even if I am hitting 40, my time here is limited. I'll go home. We have people who really get frustrated hearing people talking about going. And the Apostle Paul, writing to the Philippians, speaking about the beauty of death and the excellence of godliness in suffering, he says, for me, to live is Christ and to die is gain. For me, to live is Christ and to die is gain. He's talking about the grace, that his life is all covered, wrapped into grace. What he means is that he is not worthy of the life he lived. And then he said that, and if it happens that I go, then it is gain, because I know where I am headed. And as we move through life in Africa and we encounter the pain and the suffering and everything we see every day, we get people who have encountered the same in their lives. People who have had pain, and those who have had their loved ones have pain, so they experienced pain through proxy. And for some reason we attract. The work I do and my little team attracts this kind of people. They share some things about us that are moving. And I ask myself, how come pain is everywhere? I thought that it's because of the poverty in Africa that people are in pain. How come with the poverty and with the diseases and the ignorance and the snakes and these mosquitoes and caterpillars and all this blood-sucking wild fauna, how come we still have laughter and smile and joy and fun in Africa? Because I assure you, we have some people here who really have fun more than maybe anywhere else I have been to in the world. How come it is so? And we have these wealthy nations where there is relative wealth and people have relative enjoyment. And you hear this pain and you see suicide and addictions and all the things that really cause pain. How come these people also get these things? And what I discover as I walk through my journey is that pain is a teacher. And pain is necessary for me and for you to be who you are. Pain has made you be here to listen to my video. Pain elevates us above the rest. Pain makes us reason out. It makes us think and innovate. Imagine a scenario where there wasn't pain, where people lived with pleasantful environments, and everything was done for them. That would promote what we call naive, the spirit of naive, or the spirit of stupid would overshadow the nations of this earth. And because of that, God has chosen to allow pain to come and to afflict us and to make us weak so that we can in turn be wise and be strong. And so I speak to people who have had pain. If you haven't had pain, then you have no business following me and being around me. You are just a troll maybe. But the people who have had pain, they understand by heart what it means to reach out to another person. They understand what it means to just smile at somebody. They understand what it means to offer somebody a cup of water. They understand what it means to welcome a stranger into your bosom, into your habitation, and be nice to them. Because none of the above is an obligation. It happens because of pain, which causes love. Wow! Pain births love? Yes, it does. We love because of the pain we've encountered. In fact, without pain, you can't love. Without pain, you can't understand the beauty of love. So pain is a very good ingredient of love. And some of the most loving people on earth are these people who have had pain. People who were nobodies, whose lives were never defined. People who come from nowhere. People who have been despised. Those are the people who really show true love. And I've met them. And I know them. And every time I receive an email from friends, and sometimes I ask them about their lives, and they share some of the pains they have had, then I tell them, now I know why you are a vessel of love. I don't advocate for pain, but I just describe in my musings about pain and my experience with pain because I've lived in it. And I don't think it's going to end. This pain will still be there. It doesn't mean it will be comfortable for me to live in pain. I can't claim I'll understand pain so that I can endure it more than anyone else because it's uncomfortable going through pain. But it is something that is there. And the more we accept that reality, the more we will live with the peace within our skins. The more we will peel off the mask and be the real selves and run away from the hypocrisy and the pretense that we love doing sometimes, making faces for the world to see, things that have nothing to do with us. I accept pain because I know that it's a battle. And one day, we will be home where there will be no more pain. Then we will sit and give stories of the things that happened while we were down here and experiencing all this that we go through. I'll continue next time. Stay tuned. Let others know, because it's a journey that we have started and we're not going to stop. Let others know about the musings that we are doing. Send in a text and let me know how you feel, because through this sharing I want to create something out of this, and the Lord has laid it on my heart, and I don't know how far it will go, but I'm ready to try it by faith. So please walk with me, and the Lord is in our midst. Bye bye and God bless.